Here we go. Season finale time. I'm missing on 70% plus of my picks, and we're going large at Red Farm for Chinese food. I'm a treat for your wallet. This is a treat for your eyes. Oh yeah.
It's simple. We love college football, we love ridiculous food, so let's pick some huge games against the spread every week and eat until it hurts. It's easy call.
All right, it's feasting time. It is the season finale, which means bowl preview, playoff preview. It is all happening on Easy Call. And I have alcohol because I'm gonna need it. First game, Alabama-Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl, playoff matchup number 1. Alabama 9.5-point favorites coming off of that huge SEC championship win, and of course Ohio State sneaking into that playoff at the 4 seed. The key for Alabama when they have the ball, X's and O's, Lane Kiffin and his quick adjustments, tempo, adjustments, deep, power running. They can win in so many ways. How are they picking their poison against an Ohio State team that has improved and that needs to get to Blake Sims, needs to collapse that pocket? They have Joey Bosa, perhaps the most talented defensive end in the country. Get him out of rhythm, get him looking around and scared. And then when Ohio State has the ball, obviously quarterback is so huge for them. They're on their third stringer in Cardell Jones, but he was so good against Wisconsin. How good is he deep against this Alabama team that has struggled a little bit against excellent quarterbacks, deep, testing downfield, put on an island, and with Devin Smith, you know Ohio State's gonna do that. I am taking Alabama in this game. I'm gonna say they win by 11, so they cover 34-23. I think it's gonna be fun for a little bit, but Nick Saban with 3 weeks against a third stringer, I'm rolling with that tide. And here we go. Food items number 1. We've got the special oxtail spring roll. Oxtail, yes. You just tell me oxtail, yes, that's my answer. And then we've got the Katz's pastrami egg rolls. There are 2 types of egg rolls. Egg rolls with Katz's pastrami and without. Easy enough. Next game, and yes, it is time to talk about them Noles, who are heading very, very much west to Pasadena in the second playoff matchup in the Rose Bowl to take on Oregon. A great clash of styles here. The West Coast speed, the Southeast speed. There's a lot of speed. A little bit bulkier Florida State is, but Oregon is 8.5-point favorites, and rightfully so after Florida State struggles, although they are undefeated. Oregon, when they have the ball, their offensive line and their health. Is Hronis Grasu, the All-American caliber center, going to be back against what has looked like a beat-up, and this is a health issue too, interior defensive line for Florida State? Because if Oregon's able to run the ball inside with big, angry Royce Freeman, they are pretty much unbeatable when you have to commit that much attention inside. And then when Florida State has the ball, their own offensive line, how well can they pave the way for true freshman, stud of their own, Dalvin Cook, who runs hard and hits lanes hard, and they have Cam Irving switched from left tackle into center, who can play like an All-American center. That's going to be dangerous against an Oregon defensive line that is peaking right now, and they need to wrap up Dalvin Cook sooner rather than later. I'm going to take the Ducks to win, but I'm going to go with Florida State to cover this spread. I think Oregon wins late 38-34, and this is going to be fun as hell in Pasadena. All right, let's do some rearranging because we got more feasting to do. I'm going to get to these beautiful egg and spring rolls shortly. We've got the Pac-Man quad color dumplings. That's sweet potato tempura. And we've got the multiple color dumplings, and then we also have some veggie dumplings. You'll be able to see this, the dipping sauce, steam basket. There it is. The feast is compiling. All right, third game, not a playoff game, but a really fun bowl game at that. Baylor, for all intents and purposes, hosting in the great state of Texas, the Cotton Bowl. Michigan State coming in, 2 teams that had outstanding season. The key for Michigan State when they have the ball, X's and O's. Test that Baylor pass defense, which in November, worst in the Big 12. They can be had, don't be shy, unleash the cook. That's what Michigan State needs to do. And then when Baylor has the ball, it's coaching at this point. Art Briles needs to get over the playoff snub, and he will, but can this team get motivated for a non-playoff matchup when they were expecting or hoping to go? They're playing against a Michigan State team with a very good defense, a very good quarterback as well on that side of the ball. And Michigan State, when Baylor has the ball, load and press. It sounds like a drying instruction for your clothes. Easier said than done. Load the box, stop Baylor on the ground, and that gets you a long way. And then press those receivers, make them work for it physically, and you can have success against Baylor's almost impossible offense. I'm going Michigan State here. I'm going with the motivation thing. I think Michigan State's in a better position right now I'm gonna say 35-31. State takes the Cotton Bowl on the road. I'm feeling good about it. Nobody's getting smoked, but we do have a smoked chicken. Sauces, veggies, oh my God. Game number 4 is a fiesta, because it's the Fiesta Bowl, and that's the best joke I could think of. But Boise State, after a very, very good season, after that Ole Miss loss early on, they had a down moment against Air Force, but really an impressive first season for Brian Harsin, taking on the Arizona Wildcats, who were in the top 10 last week. A little bit disappointed. They have to be with the loss to Oregon the way that they did, but still a great season to end up in the Fiesta Bowl. 4.5-point favorite. Wildcats, they just need to stay motivated. They have some youth on offense. They got a ton of speed. Defense, it's a mix of youth and experience. Rich Rod needs to keep this team motivated because this is a very nice spot for Arizona. Quite impressive end. And then when Boise State has the ball, they have the best offensive player in this game, Ride Jay Ajayi. He gets huge spots, he makes things happen. Set up that play action for Grant Hedrick, who's been really good this season, very efficient, hasn't thrown that many picks since early October. And Arizona defensively, load that box, make Hedrick beat them over the top, because Jay Ajayi will beat everybody into the ground. I'm going Boise State here, also for motivation issues. I think Arizona's disappointed, but I really like this Boise State team has quietly gotten to be very, very good. We're gonna go Broncos here, 27-20. We've got the long marinated Creekside ribeye sliced, because I find it easier when people slice things for me ahead of time. And then, you don't see this on menus all over the place, bacon and egg fried rice. Bacon and egg fried rice. And now it is finally time for me, for the last time in 2014, to let the feasting begin. Here we go. The Katz's pastrami egg roll in the creamy hot mustard. Perfection. Oxtail time. This is a special. If they have the special here, my God, get over here. Slowly braised. The sauce is sweet and spicy, which is perfect. It's like a perfect Asian taquito. This is a lobster dumpling. And there, sauce. Very meaty. Lobster poached perfectly. This isn't weird at all. The sweet potato tempura, Pac-Man, stuffed into some Asian guac. Yeah, I worked guac into this episode. Ooh, that's good guac. No, this just looks pretty. I'm disturbing the peace. Look at this crispy skin. The fat is perfectly melted into it, as you can see. The glisten. Can we get this glisten? Are there FCC regulations that oversee glisten? I don't even need teeth. I could have gone through that with my gums. This looks like a great bite. Oh my God, I don't even know where this ends. Oh, this whole thing is filled up with this goodness. Oh, almost forgot TCU, unlike somebody, but they're in the Peach Bowl against Ole Miss. The Horned Frogs, 3.5-point favorites. The key for them is going to be balance against what is going to be the best defense they've seen all season long. That run game with Aaron Green looking so good. Obviously, Trevon Boykin setting records for the Frogs, going against an Ole Miss defense that needs to win on the inside on defense and trust that secondary over the top, because they are so good. Those Land Sharks can still get it done. And then when Ole Miss has the ball, they go as Dr. Bo goes, break out every single thing in the playbook, the pop passes, the rollouts, the options, because they can't run the ball otherwise. And TCU just needs to be TCU. They need to win up front. They need to wrap Dr. Bo, confuse Dr. Bo, because turnovers in this game can happen. I'm going to go TCU here. I think they have too many ways to win. Let's call it 27-17 Horned Frogs. It all feels right.
Let the bass kick.
All right, picks are in. I've made up my mind. Bama, Florida State, Boise State, Michigan State, TCU. That food is so stupidly good at Red Farm. I'm going to need to take so many naps because I'm going to Texas, and we will see you there. Thanks for watching.